So when you stand here and look down the side of the car, as you come in pretty tight, you can see the wheel is inset from the mud flaps, which are offset from the body, but you can also see the tires just that little bit inset. It's a little bit jacked up right now because of the mag ride, and I jacked up the other corner. So when we come over to this side, still jacked up, will settle a little bit, but as I bring it in, you can see that as the body panel becomes flush with the camera, you can still see the tire. As the mud flap disappears, you're on the cusp of the tire. So like that to me is a perfect fitment. 5mm on the front, 5mm on the back. So I got these custom made, and I will be offering them as an available thing if you want to purchase them through me at a really good price. They are billet aluminum, they are machined. As you can tell, they are pretty freaking awesome. So I want to take the wheel off now, and I want to explain to you what we did to measure this to find out that 5mm is your maximum, because I never really understood how they got to that number. So let me share what I found.
So we're going to take and remove these chunky bits to make sure the spacer sits 100% nice and flat, and then we're going to put some copper high heat anti-seize on here to stop this nice perfectly fitting aluminum disc from seizing on here, so we can get it off in the future. And that is about that. Future you will thank you for doing this.
I wanted to talk a little bit about how these came to be. I wanted to do a wheel spacer. I really wanted to do 9.5mm. I thought it would give the car an absolutely savage look. But after doing a little bit of trial and error, we discovered that it just was not safe. There was just absolutely not enough coverage. A safe rule of thumb is the width of the stud. These are 14mm studs. As a depth for the amount of thread you have is a safe bet. You won't have any performance issues, and the vehicle will not lose a wheel. So we did end up going with the 5mm, which leaves me with like 12.7mm of thread. For every 0.5 mil you add in spacer, you lose 1/3 of a turn on your thread. So you add 1.5 mil, you lose an entire turn. A 9mm spacer allows you about 2 turns on the thread. So you could trailer the car, but that's about the extent of what you could actually do with it. So again, it really did seem worth it to go to an absolutely unsafe amount of wheel spacer. So yeah, that's kind of what I learned. We did make them pretty much a perfect fit all the way around. They're just delightful. If anybody has any interest, leave them in the comments below. I'm pretty excited about them. I'm pretty excited to see how they work. I want to get the car out and get a few miles on it so that it will settle. Right now it's sitting really, really high with the magnetic shocks, and we got to let them kind of calm down. These massive 4-piston Brembos. Absolutely love these brakes. They'll throw you through the front window. So that's it. Wheel spacers going on, cleaning up the look, getting it nice and flush here with the ACS Composites splash guards, which now are going to be just full of mud flaps because this car will be spraying everywhere. Pretty awesome. So let's get the wheels on. Hey guys, finished up. I thought I would take my car for a bit of a scoot, and found this wicked location to film. So I brought out the drone to do some filming, do all that, but the car has now settled. As I mentioned before, you've seen the gap as the wheel wells touch there front and back. It is pretty much flush all the way with the 5mm. I'm quite happy. It's not flush with the top, it's flush in the middle and the bottom, which to me is probably more than enough. From here, if I really want that stupidly epic clean look, I probably have to put longer wheel studs on. Silverado wheel studs are literally identical, so that would be where she'd have to go. As you can tell, she's settled over here. Looks pretty damn great, if you ask me. Considering I haven't modified the car any further to make bigger spacers work or get into the realm of unsafe. And then of course I still have my 5mm on the back, and you can see they're pretty clean, pretty simple. Look good. There's a little bit in on the top there, which I don't love, but you know what? It is what it is. It's better than factory, and I don't want to tie up a ton of money and a ton of energy for very, very, very little gain. So I'm going to take this sweet filming spot. What's this guy?